And the Clippers looking good as they came into the arena before.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the power forward. And for the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 spot. Now here's Dinwiddie. Here's Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. LeVert kicks to Durant. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. I mean, not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Now Irving. Paul George missing from long range. It's LeVert on the wing. 5 on the clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. That one goes. Count it.
This guy is such a good all-around player. Karis LeVert sharpening his court awareness and finding his open teammates.
Leonard against Irving. Baseline jumper. Allen with the rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, Kevin Durant with a little crafty creativity, KD at the rim.
And here's Leonard from 3. Drops in the tray.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
We've seen a quick start here for the Nets. It's a 3-point game. Back to LeVert. Dinwiddie outside. Looking for Allen and gets it there. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Dinwiddie against George. Outside Leonard. And there it is for him.
You can see the handle of Kawhi Leonard so much tighter than it used to be. How confident is he off the dribble?
Pass to Irving. Over Beverley. Off the left rim and out.
Well, this is how you shut him down. A tremendous contest against a very skilled player.
And it's Leonard missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
LeVert the pass to Allen. Leonard with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And that one's good. Beverley.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverley will not back down from contact.
Irving against Beverley. Irving's shot is good. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category, and a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Now here is George following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Allen.
Wow, Jared Allen twice on the pipe. Send it back, young sir.
Just 3 to shoot. Offensive rebound, Zubac, and at last they get one to fall.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of. And then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short. due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Now here's Williams. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Back to Shamet. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Williams can't hit. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. They trail by 1. And here's Harris from the arc. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
This is what we call a sniper from the outside. Joe Harris, a knockdown shooter.
Irving against Jackson. Steps back and fires. That one misses.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
A good close contest so far as we finish. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you stats-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Clippers. We've got Reggie Jackson. Jermichael Green is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. And it's Harrell in at the 5 down low. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Dinwiddie is checked in for Kyrie Irving. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Puts it up from 17. Williams' shot is off. The Nets with the lead. Harris, right side. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's Luwawu. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Out to Harris. Clock is at 3. Offline with his 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Harris outside. Back to Dinwiddie. He can't get that one to fall. Great D that time from Harrell. Williams passes to Shamet. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jackson looking around.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Here's Luwawu. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Dinwiddie. From down in the low post, it goes. Dinwiddie's got his first basket of the night.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Williams finds Jackson. Fires top of the key. The shot comes out, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Prince, the pass to Luwawu. Prince against Green. Prince dishes to Jordan. Pass to Luwawu. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Harris inside. Jackson on him. And that one, good. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 6 now for Brooklyn.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. And a new group in for the Nets. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. LeVert's checked in for Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot. And George kicks to Beverly. LeVert against Leonard. Shoots over LeVert. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Here's Irving. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
To the paint. Kicks it out to Leonard. Zubac's in the post. Defended by Allen. Zubac's the pass to Morris. And here's George. Knocked away. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And the Nets with possession. It's been 10 unanswered points. Here's Irving. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, Irving isn't just a perimeter player. He's so dynamic inside as a scorer. His strength is savvy, tough to keep the defense on balance. You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
29 seconds left to play here in the half. On the wing, George. Dinwiddie covering. George, no good.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
LeVert from outside. They grabbed their own miss. They had a number of cracks at it, but came away empty-handed. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Well, we know he's a magician on the court.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. So that's the Nets 5.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
Here's George. And it's sent back by Allen.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Boy, George Gervin-esque with the feathery touch on the finger roll. Don't see that too much anymore.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Count that one.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Here's George. And he drops in the layup off the glass. George has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, Paul George has got a tight handle, right? The zig, the zag, and his way through the porous defense.
Back to Irving. Stolen by Zubac. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Kawhi Leonard makes dunks look easy. That ball looks like a grapefruit in his hands.
Irving looking over the floor. Levert kicks to Dinwiddie. Irving with a clean look. And again, it's the Nets missing.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Morris with the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Nets leading by 8. Out to the right wing. Allen passes to Irving. Now the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it. Just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Durant wide open. He fires. Misses the 3.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Here's Irving. That's good. And it's Levert with the assist. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Outside, George. And the basket is good. George has got 8.
Oh, my goodness. Paul George under duress of exceptional defense. No problem.
It's Levert on the wing. Defended by Beverly. Durant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Dinwiddie.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
Leonard against Prince. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of this game. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Leonard hits them both.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
The offensive rebound. Durant dishes to Jordan. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Clock at 6. Back to Harris. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Harrell. Leonard from deep, three-point land. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They're down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Reggie Jackson out there with Lou Williams, and it's Shamet in at the small forward.
Oh, tenacious attack by Irving. The handle, the speed, look out.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Here's Durant. Jordan kicks to Prince. To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, guys, Kawhi may not have averaged 20 points per game until his 5th season, but now it happens with regularity.
Prince in the corner. Back to Irving. Harris outside. Here's the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
In the corner, it's Harris. Prince outside. Irving passes to Jordan. Prince wide open. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Prince has got himself on the board with 3 there. Williams against Harris. Williams kicks to Harrell. Leonard on the wing. Second shot opportunity. There's the pass to Shamet. Leonard against Jordan. Leonard, no luck. Nets leading by 3. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Dinwiddie is checked in for the Nets. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Marcus Morris is checked in for Reggie Jackson. Left side, Irving. Durant kicks to Dinwiddie. To the middle. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Harris. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Los Angeles calls timeout. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He is upset about the perimeter play. He told the guys on the defensive end, stay connected to the shooters. On the offensive end, if you don't have an open shot, pass it around. See if the ball starts to unstick, Kevin.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Irving kicks to LeVert. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Teardrop shot. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Paul George.
Wow. How about Paul George commanding the basketball when his team needs a basket? Go to work, sir.
Irving passes to LeVert. Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. Nets passing it around. LeVert with a wide open look. And the Nets miss again. For Los Angeles, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
Boy, not only can Paul George get off the dribble drive, but you see the strength to absorb the contact and finish. Nice.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Now LeVert. Durant in the corner. 6 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
You know, the thinking is defensively you're trying to close off the lane, but how crafty is Kevin Durant at his ability to bounce off and still make you commit?
And so both free throws good that time, and that puts him ahead.
Now, this guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
George passes to Zubac. There's the double team with Allen. LeVert against George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
Durant kicks to LeVert. He feeds it to Allen. Outside for Durant. No good on the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's Zubac atop the key. Back to George. It falls.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And he makes that one.
Guys, it doesn't get much bigger than that. Irving coming up huge right there with the bucket.
Money.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
20 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. 17 seconds left in the game. Now here's Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Pass to George. Oh, wow. Unable to get a shot off in time, and they turn it over. A very unfortunate time there to pick up the shot clock violation.
A 3 and nothing but a 3 will do here.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from 3.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 3. 1 second left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And only one choice here. They need a 3. I'm sure he's going to sub in all of his best shooters. Under 2 seconds remaining. It has to be a catch-and-shoot 3 if they hope to tie it.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. This win, such a tremendous emotion. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. Here are the 5 for the Clippers.
Here we go.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the center. And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Lillard surveying the D. Shoots the 3. No good there. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Now, here's Lillard. Passes it to McCollum. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. That one, no good.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
George against McCollum. And George, here we go. Count it, good.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Anthony gets to Ariza. Lillard outside. To halt the run. Morris with the rebound.
4 shots, 4 misses, and you can sense a certain frustration building.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Ariza.
And the lid comes off the basket after 4 straight misses. They finally get one.
Beverley looking around. George against McCollum. Free throw line jump shot. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Facing up from mid-range, George could have tried to drive, but takes what the defense gives him.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's Anthony. Back to Lillard. This one for 3. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. Los Angeles leading by 7. Pass to Leonard. That's tipped and stolen by Ariza. And now Lillard running the floor. Oh, that was something else.
Yeah, and credit Ariza for just staying active and coming up with the steal on that one. He was on the prowl and ready to catch him now.
Now here's George. He's got 6. Step back shot. Offensive rebound. Zubac lets the 3 fly. They shoot again. Outside for George. Leonard on the wing. Covered by Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. And it's good. 2 points. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
The pass to Nurkic. Lillard outside. The three. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Up top, Leonard. Reza covering. Leonard with the bucket.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Pass to Ariza. Outside Anthony. It's McCollum on the wing. Over George. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. Goes up again. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds in the game. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
On the wing, George. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
Count it.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside, George. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles. Ahead by 9 is the... And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched a pop.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Ivica Zubac. Jackson is out there with Williams. Then there's Harrell, and it's Shamet in at the 3 spot.
At 6'8", closing out on Rodney Hood, it is difficult to defend.
Williams scanning the floor. Down low. Green kicks to Harrell. Back to Green. Over Whiteside. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Trailblazers trail by 6. Whiteside, high post. Portland moving the ball around. Outside Hood. And the 3 off target.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Williams finds Shamet. Little with the rebound. And Whiteside's got the ball here for Portland. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, GA, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
Here's Hood, following the score by Lou Williams. Hood dishes to Collins. Passes it to Trent, stolen by Jackson. Inside. That's good from Williams, the assist by Green. And now a 10-point Clipper lead.
Despite having a small frame, this is a big part of Lou Williams' game. Taking it up strong inside.
Hood for 3. But they'll get another chance. Collins passes to Trent. Goes back up. And Whiteside finishes it off.
Not just selling for something along the perimeter. Excellent job.
Clippers leading by 8. Pass to Harrell. Back to Jackson. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And Green is right there.
Quick off the floor for these offensive rebounds. Green's 7'2" wingspan. It helps him snatch them.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Little kicks to Hood, right wing. Shot clock at 6. And the pass to Trent. For 3. Second chance shot. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell.
It's hard to intimidate Whiteside because he's usually the guy on the end doing the intimidating.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Jermichael Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Now, here's George. 8 points for him. And it's George finishing it off.
So comfortable in pick and roll. Paul George is a top-level ball handler who consistently makes the right play.
Here's Lillard. It's Ariza on the wing. Back to Lillard. Anthony with it. Leonard picks him up. Out of bounds. The Clippers take possession. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Whiteside. Lillard against Beverley. Leonard on the wing. 1:09 left to play here in the second quarter. George with no one around. They get it again. Over McCollum. Harrell controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Harrell's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
This is Montrezl Harrell, strong offensive rebounder with the skill to make good on the second chance.
Anthony finds Lillard. Back to Anthony. McCollum outside. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go. Portland again missing.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
27 seconds left in the first half. And it's Ariza in the corner. Back to McCollum. To the wing right side. Nobody near Lillard. His three-pointers off the mark. Right side George. He kicks it to Leonard. For the 3. And that one is off. And so it's the Los Angeles. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, the Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 15. Kenny, give us. That's all for now.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Paul George really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Clearing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Now, here's Ariza. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
George against McCollum. And George, here we go. Off on the layup. Trailblazers trail by 15.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
George, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Here's George, following the score by Damian Lillard. And that one's good, George. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Here is Lillard after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Leonard. Williams, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D. And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic, and Hood subbed in for Lillard. Here's Trent. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Williams gets the bucket.
In attack mode pretty much every game we see him. This time, Williams getting it done in transition.
Here's Trent, following the score by Lou Williams. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. In the corner, Shamet with it. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Jackson against Hood. It's Jackson with the drive, and they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Lillard's checked in for Zach Collins. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s. Players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Now here's Hood out to the right wing. Whiteside finds Hood. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's Los Angeles. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run.
Oh, man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
It's his first trip to the line. They throw good, Lou Williams. And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Now here's Williams. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Williams. And it's 8 points for Leonard.
This is the type of playmaker Lou is. Outstanding at getting it to his open guys.
Portland moving the ball around. That's a 2 from Lillard. It's rebounded by Lou Williams.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Portland called for the foul.
Mistake by the defender, fouling a very good free throw shooter in Kawhi.
And, guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be. Unforced errors. These are the kinds of things that break momentum.
And Portland making a change here. McCollum's checked in. Williams against McCollum. Outside Williams. Over McCollum. That one doesn't go. Now Portland takes it the other way. Shamet with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
I like when Reggie Jackson is seeking out his teammates. He could have took that shot, but his teammate, he was wide open.
Anthony finds Whiteside. Back to Anthony. Lillard from deep three-point land. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Lillard's got 9 points.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
And the basket by Jackson.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Simons. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So for the Clippers right now, we've got JaMychal Green. He's out there with Patrick Patterson, and it's Beverly in at the point. Swanigan up and in on the layup. Swanigan's got his first basket.
That's just staying in the moment, keeping with the current possession.
And for the Clippers, their shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. Here's Beverly. They get a hand on it. One-on-one here. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. And he makes the first. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top notch. So that process about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Stolen by George. Now the Clippers moving it up. And he banks in the layup.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. A different look now for Portland. Little, he's checked in for Ariza. Rodney Hood subbed in for McCollum. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And George, here we go. And then George with the jam.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Hood finds Lillard. From deep. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I can see he's pressing a little now, trying desperately to help them shrink this deficit.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
For Portland, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Clippers have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Taken away by Anthony. Here's Nurkic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris has got 4 rebounds in this game. From deep, George. Little with the rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And that one's good, Anthony.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now, here's George. Leonard kicks to George. Over in the corner, Beverly. And stolen by Lillard. Here's Hood, and it's sent back by George.
Not going to be Paul George with that move. He's too long and too talented of a defender.
Leonard on the wing. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
For the Trailblazers, Caleb Swanigan's checked in for Nurkic. Hezonja comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And that's an intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late. And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
And here is Los Angeles now, following the three-point attempt by Rodney Hood.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Paul George.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Collins checked in for the Trailblazers.
You know, when you look at the MVP race each year, most of the candidates were drafted in the top 5, but somehow Kawhi lasted to number 15.
And here are the Clippers now. Left side, Leonard. Over to the left wing. Leonard draws the double. Zubac kicks to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock, and it's Magruder in the corner. Got a piece of it.
Rodney has those long arms. He can block your shot. A tenacious defender.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Stolen away. Leonard against Collins. Back to Leonard. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Welcome, everyone, and what a game we have.
Kevin, thank you.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. And the Clippers starting five. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5. And for the Mavericks, inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. Now here's Porzingis. Back to Powell. The pass to Porzingis. 4 on the clock. Powell, that's good. Powell's got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Mavericks.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break. Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
The drive by Doncic. Porzingis finds Powell. Here's Finney Smith. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And the Mavericks with possession here. Porzingis passes to Doncic. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. We've played just over a minute here in the first. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Porzingis kicks to Finney Smith. To the paint. Here's Powell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Powell's got his second basket of the game.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Leonard with no one around. A three-pointer off the mark. Pass break, Dallas. And here we go. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Now Beverley. Outside Leonard. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Dallas moving it around. Powell down low. Zubac defending. That one falls. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. JaMychal Green comes in for Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Here's Williams following the score by Dallas. Kicks to Leonard. Launches a three. There's the three. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Pass to Cauley-Stein. Feeds it to Wright. Back to Cauley-Stein to the inside. And Wright gets it to go on the assist from Cauley-Stein.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles.
A three-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son Six in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the sixth men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
And it's Wright missing. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
And it's Shamet missing. Brunson with it. Williams picks him up. And stolen by Harrell. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They get it back. Kicks it out to Leonard. The three. It's rebounded by Dallas.
They're getting cold in here. This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Passes it to Cauley Stein. Now here's Kleba. It'll count. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. It's a tie game in Dallas. And back with the start of the second quarter in just catching up with Montrezl Harrell. We mentioned his activity.
That's what I play with, a lot of passion, a lot of energy.
Greg, I know you agree. Few guys bring his brand of intensity.
And he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And this has been a fairly close game to the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got DeLon Wright, Jalen Brunson out there with Curry. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Kleba in at the 4. Hardaway's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. Hardaway passes to Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Curry's got his second basket of the night.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Williams looking around. Here's the 3. A putback, and George able to finish.
Well, positioning is one thing, but having the go-go gadget arms that Paul George has to get that rebound helps out a lot.
Cauley-Stein kicks to Kleba. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
George with the bucket.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid, not so much anymore.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Maxi Kleba, and Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Curry. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Marcus Morris comes in for Green, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more. Extra on that one, fellas. Nobody's stopping that.
Not when he comes in there with that tomahawk. That's just too much force. Clippers moving the ball around. Back to Jackson. Porzingis with the block.
Well, you could see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
I mean, you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Leonard's checked in. Morris dishes to George. Pulls it from the elbow. And he hits the jumper for 2. George has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Shooting it with more confidence now. Look at his face. He didn't look quite right in the opening minutes. Finding it now.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. A different look for Dallas. DeLon Wright comes in for Cauley Stein. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Shamet's checked in. Beverly wide open. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. And the powerful one-handed slam.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Leonard, no luck.
I'm not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Finney Smith passes to Wright. Brunson against Beverly. Here's Powell from 8 feet away. He drops it in. Powell's got the lead up to 4 now for Dallas.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And here's Leonard from 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
Man, to think that he was going to be capable of those kind of shots when he first came into the league, even from way downtown. Love the confidence from Kawhi.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. And the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Seth Curry in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And then for Los Angeles, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. JaMychal Green comes in for Morris. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
Here's Williams. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
Well, the in-between game is really nice from Lou Williams. Great at working his way into a place on the floor where he can attack you with a shot.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Mavericks lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin,
thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the... And the Mavericks over the past couple of years, Shaq, making some great personnel moves.
Look, they traded up to Doncic. They traded Duke.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. We've got Patrick Beverly. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Zubac in at the 5. Home in the paint. Mavericks leading by 3. Porzingis finds Hardaway. To the middle. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof.
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Yep, it counts.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Here's Beverly. It's hauled in by Porzingis. The Mavericks leading. Back to Powell. Pass to Porzingis. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on George. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. And George kicks to Beverly. Outside, George frames the three-pointer. George has got 9.
Well, Paul George starting to feel real comfortable right now at the three-point line.
Porzingis passes to Hardaway. Now here's Cauley Stein. Out to Porzingis. Cauley Stein in the post. Harrell on him. Doncic feeling it out. Clock at 6. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Wasted no time on that one. He's got 9.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Down low. Here's Cauley Stein. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Curry's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's George, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley Stein.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleba, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Wright comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Justin Jackson, he's checked in for Wright. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Porzingis kicks to Jackson. Back to Porzingis. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Porzingis has got 8 here in the quarter. Williams passes to Harrell. The kick out to Williams. Off with the layup.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Back to Curry. Right block shot. Again, the Mavericks score.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Clippers trail by 7. Curry with the steal. One-on-one here. Here's Brunson, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man and He's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Doncic comes in for Jalen Brunson. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Leonard looking over the floor. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Leonard's got 17.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Doncic outside. A second chance effort. The feed to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Here's Shamet. It's off. And so it's Dallas, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. We've got Maxi Kleber. Seth Curry is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis, and it's Powell in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Leonard. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Stolen by Zubac. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And that one's good. Shamet. Shamet's got his first points in this one.
Now that could be a major moment in this game. Just when we thought this contest might be over, a steal, a fast break, and it's hold everything time.
Curry kicks to Porzingis. Dishes it to Doncic. Kleber, the pass to Powell. 5 to shoot. Another shot outside for Curry. Back to Kleber. He feeds it to Powell. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Leonard missing. Mavericks leading by 6. Here's Powell. Makes it off the glass. Powell's got 4 points in the quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Porzingis against Zubac. Outside Leonard. Zubac in the post. Leonard on the wing. Zubac kicks to Leonard. From deep three-point range, Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Curry. The shot from the low post is good. And now it's a 10-point Dallas lead.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
And the Clippers call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Some changes here for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. Hardaway is subbed in for Curry. And then for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is checked in for Harrell, while George comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Tyronn Lue as he talked with the team. He wants them to work for more easy baskets in transition. He said, the moment we take possession of the ball, I want us to attack. If there's nothing there, then you can pull it back out and run the offense. Kevin?
Hardaway goes in. It's rebounded by Leonard.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of...
Wow, hammering it in!
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Powell, that's good.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Doncic against Zubac. Hardaway for three. There's the pass to Finney-Smith. Out left to the wing. To the paint. Tries again. Porzingis trying to get free. The shot by Powell, no good. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles, trailing by 10. Here's Morris. And George kicks to Leonard. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in. Leonard's got 21 in the game.
There's no way he even felt that contact. That's what makes Leonard so tough to defend on the dribble drive. Yeah, Paul George sharpening his swords now. Love to see him take that shot.
Doncic finds Powell. Back to Doncic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Inside. Outside Hardaway. Back to Powell. Right side Porzingis. Second shot opportunity. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Off target with his three. Here's George. It's good.
Well, that's Paul George's game. Most accurate when somebody's...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll have... And with
good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. 3 on the clock. Here's KD. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Now the Clippers with it. Now Beverley. Morris outside. George against Dinwiddie. George, no good.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot. Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
Now, here's George after the miss from KD. And George, here we go. Allen with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Durant's a pleasure to watch moving in transition. So fluid and always under control.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find him.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. And he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Well, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Now, here is George. Rebounded by the Nets. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. Durant kicks to LeVert. Back to KD. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Yeah, you look at the way Kevin Durant releases it so high. Makes it hard to block, which is why he's such an efficient inside scorer.
Now here's Beverley. And it's sent back by Allen. A second chance effort and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jared Allen. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Patrick Beverley.
You know, for Irving, he's made an effort, a conscious effort to get to the line more, and for good reason. I mean, he's a really good foul shooter.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
Now here's Leonard. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Beverley against Irving. Harris outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 5. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. They get the rebound. The pass to Beverley. Left side, George. Leonard looking around. Just 2 to shoot. And finished off by Leonard.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket, and it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful. Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Now here's Prince. Out to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. Outside Irving. Second chance shot. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Cans the shot with nobody near him. And it's 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
Well, that's good work by Prince there, spotting the open man and then putting the ball on target on time right in the shooting pocket.
From deep, George. Rebounded by the Nets. Throws it up high. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And so the first quarter is in the books. Brooklyn ahead. They lead by 5. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Luwawu in at the shooting guard. Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for George. Then for the Nets, Jared Allen's checked in for Taurean Prince. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Luwawu Cabarrot.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Durant, that's good.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
Outside for Jackson. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Count it.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Nets leading by 5. LeVert finds Allen. Back to LeVert. Stolen by Jackson. And here are the Clippers now. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside Williams. Stolen by LeVert.
And that's a rare turnover, just their first here in the half. So that's one thing we've seen them do pretty well, valuing their possession.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
Jackson dishes to Green. 6 to shoot. Charity stripe shot. A rebound by the Nets. Allen's got 7 rebounds in the game. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. Durant feeling it out a bit. Lays it up and banks it in. And now a 9-point Brooklyn lead.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team. And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing. And when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Landry Shamet, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got his first points of the night.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Here's Allen. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. And it's good for 2. 10 points for Kyrie Irving. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
It's Jackson with the drive. Banked in off the glass. Jackson's got his second bucket.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle. They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Beverly finds Harrell. That one goes in.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
It's stolen by Green. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Jackson. Harrell's got 4 points in the quarter.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some offense.
And Allen slams it in.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
Here's Beverly, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
And you know, Beverly is easily one of the most tenacious defenders in the league, an absolute.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 12 points and 2 assists. And that'll...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Good work there as it goes. Durant's got 10 points in the game.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Look at how high George gets off these drives to the hoop. Banging it down with the violence of a madman.
Allen passes to Dinwiddie. And the layup's good off the glass. Dinwiddie's got his second basket of the night. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
Irving kicks to LeVert. Offensive rebound, Nets. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Durant with a wide open look. And another shot. Three-pointer, LeVert. It's hauled in by George.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Out to Morris. Pass to George. Back to Morris.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Irving. Dinwiddie finds Durant. Dinwiddie against Zubac. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, I like how Jordan embraces his role on this team. I mean, it's all about rebounding and putbacks for him at the offensive end.
Leonard, the pass to Shamet. Back to Leonard. Over Jordan. And the shot is long. Nets leading by 17. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Passes to Luwawu. Basket good. Luwawu's got his first points of the game.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Here's Leonard. And the call on the shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard. 2 shots.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. Leonard hits them both. 1:46 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Prince. There's the dish to Jordan. And they double up Jordan. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
And you can see he thought he had a little more room on that sideline and got squeezed out of bounds. That one could have been avoided.
And Luwawu gets it to go.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Harris against Jackson. We've got 1:13 left in the third. Clock at 6. Here's Leonard. No good on that one. So Brooklyn will take it the other way.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Luwawu, guarded by Jackson. Outside for Jordan. On the wing, Harris. Jordan. It's good on the putback. And the Nets lead by 21.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane, and he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Out to the right wing. Here's Dinwiddie. Drops in the layup for two. Dinwiddie's got his third basket of the night right there.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Leonard finds Jackson. Back to Leonard. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Brooklyn with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. LeVert out there with Taurean Prince. Then there's Harris. Then there's Irving. And it's Allen in at the center position. Here's Irving, and he uses the glass on the layup. Irving's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Brooklyn.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Jackson. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
And the Clippers making a switch here. George is checked in, and a change for the Nets. Durant's checked in.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Great frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles.
You know, Irving is deadly from mid-range and really embraces that shot. He doesn't shy away from it, and I think he can give opponents a lot of problems because of it.
George double-teamed, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
It'll be a jump ball.
And Brooklyn has possession. And so Allen will bring it up for the Nets. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Harris finds Allen. On the wing, Irving. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Back to Beverly. He dishes it to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. With the shot, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Brooklyn leading by 23. Irving looking over the floor, and there's the pass to LeVert. Leonard with the steal. Zubac the pass to Morris. Down low, here's Leonard. Bucket is good. Leonard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Harris kicks to LeVert. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And guys, Karis LeVert can do so much while he's on the basketball floor. The problem for LeVert is just staying on the basketball floor.
Yeah, injuries have really slowed him down the last couple of years, Greg, and it's unfortunate because this kid's an outstanding player. He gets it done in every way as a wing scorer. He can make plays, he can defend, he can score the ball. LeVert says he tries to model his game after Penny Hardaway, and if he can stay healthy, I don't think that comparison's too far off.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Pass to Shamet. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Worked that one inside nicely.
A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his 1st foul. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Brooklyn leading by 21. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Karuch. To the paint. Kicks it out to Johnson. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Llewellyn. He's covered by Leonard. Jordan's shot is off. Clippers have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kyrie Irving.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And it's George finishing it off.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
Pass to Johnson. And the rejection by Zubac. Leonard dishes to George. And he gets it to go.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
And 3 from Jordan. No good. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and There's a look at downtown Los Angeles. And
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Nurkic, and it's Ariza in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's McCollum. Lillard left side. Shot clock at 6. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Lillard's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for Portland. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Passes it to Nurkic. Ariza outside. Pass to Lillard. For 3. They get it back. Nurkic kicks it out to McCollum. Pass to Ariza. Goes back up. Nurkic dishes to Carmelo. Lillard outside. The pass to Ariza. It's McCollum on the wing, defended by George. And the basket by McCollum. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And here's Beverley, following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. And it's Beverley missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. From outside, off the mark. The Clippers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Nobody near George. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You really admire how fierce Morris is on the glass. He never gives up on keeping the next possession alive.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Ariza kicks to McCollum. Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
And they pick up 2.
Well, that's what they want to see out of Beverly. Decisive basketball. Nice, aggressive drive to the cup.
Passes to McCollum. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Now here's McCollum. He's covered by Shamet. Right side. Second shot opportunity. The shot that time not on target. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Shamet the pass to Green. Leonard looking over the floor. Off target with his 3. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. They trail by 3. He feeds it to Little. And the rejection by Leonard.
and just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. That's good from Williams. Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Collins checked in for Portland. Hood comes in for C.J. McCollum.
Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Trent. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Outside Williams. Jackson in the corner. It's stolen by Little. Here's Trent. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top as they dominate the last minutes of the quarter on an 8-0.
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers. Guys?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Little. Whiteside is out there with Collins. Then it's Rodney Hood. And it's Trent in at the 1. Pass to Little. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Whiteside. Misses off the left iron. Clippers leading by 5. Shamet, the pass to Williams. Back to Shamet. Pass to Jackson. Kicks it to Williams. Green. Great positioning on the putback. Green's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Trent. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Bobbed up there for Green. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And don't sleep on Williams' ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Trent passes to Whiteside. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
Williams against Hood. Williams with the ball.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Hood dishes to Whiteside. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Not to be denied. Whiteside's NBA career didn't start until he was 25. For those hoops.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell. Morris comes in for Jermichael Green. George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Jackson looking it over. Over Lillard. Jackson misses.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
1:43 left now here in the second. Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's George. And the rejection by Collins.
An established defender at a young age. Collins has the timing and the reach to block shots.
Hood kicks to Lillard. Lets it go with the three. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start.
He's so aggressive at that end of the floor, and that's a quality all great scorers have.
The Clippers in the lead. Jackson from long range. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
That's a terrific answer. Right away, Jackson swings the momentum back in their favor with a big three.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Here's Beverly. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Even when contact comes Beverly's way, I mean, he's a pro at finishing, absorbing it so well on these shots.
Here's Lillard, and the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Jackson with it, now guarded by Hood. And George kicks to Beverly. Back to George. Lets it go from deep. No good that time. Lillard, right side. From past the arc. Kept alive. It doesn't go for him. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a... Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We will. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5 points. And that should do it with the...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2 guard. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. The three from George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Anthony's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And he'll be happy with there in front. But he knows better than anyone else that he's still without a bucket, and he won't be happy with that.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Fires for 3. Tips it up. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
And good luck trying to keep Nurkic off the glass. I mean, using his brute strength well on the offensive boards.
Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And the shot is good. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think it was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
The drive by Nurkic. Lillard from outside. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
I mean, come on, fellas. Keep your head in the game. I mean, that pass should have been basic.
For the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Portland also making some changes. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Little in for Trevor Ariza. Williams kicks to Leonard. Clock at 6. Back to Williams. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Trent's checked in. Three-pointer, Lillard. Portland no good that time either. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. His first shot coming late. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Three-pointer, Lillard. Sinks the three-pointer. Lillard's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're going to have to pay closer attention to him beyond the arc. I mean, he's got 2 threes in this half, a total of 3 overall.
Leonard inside. Anthony on him. Leonard, no luck.
Oh, their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually, he drops those in between jumpers.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Oh, exactly right. Momentum-shifting plays like that can change the tone of a game.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And it's Leonard missing. McCollum outside. He dishes it to Carmelo. Now the pass to Trent from deep. Rebounded by Jackson.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Oh, trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
Shamet the pass to Leonard. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And in college, Leonard was a 25% shooter from 3. Boy, how times have changed.
Lillard from outside. Portland no good that time either.
And that would have been a big 3 if he drained it, answering back for the triple at the other end.
Leonard attacking, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Shot to stop the run, and it's laid in by Whiteside. And it's 6 points for Hassan Whiteside.
And that length of Whiteside really coming into play. I mean, that's a good look for him.
Williams looking around. Passes it to Jackson. Leonard on the wing. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. That will count. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The third quarter comes to a close. Los Angeles on top, leading by 7. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, that's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth. Anthony out there with Nurkic. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. And Nurkic gets it to go.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Ariza against George. He kicks to Beverly. Leonard on the wing. Takes the 3. Another miss by Leonard.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. And Anthony gets double teamed. Pulls up. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Playing with such physicality on the offensive glass. I mean, Nurkic awesome at slamming misses in.
Right side, Williams. Outside, George. Leonard on the wing, covered by Anthony, and it's Leonard missing.
They haven't needed him as much as I thought they would tonight.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And a wide open look for McCollum. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Leonard kicks to Williams. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
McCollum outside. To the inside. Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Nurkic has got 6 in the quarter.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
And here's McCollum. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. The drive by Anthony. The feed to Nurkic. And stolen by Harrell. That's good for George on the assist by Leonard. And it's a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
They double-team McCollum. Here's Nurkic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Nurkic has got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, this is what you want from Nurkic, a fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Pass to Harrell. Leonard on the wing. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And with a good mix of power and agility, Leonard can throw it down with the best of them.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for Lou Williams. And a switch here also for Portland. Lillard's checked in. And he's good on the 3-ball.
But Lillard, he's an exceptional player. He's a guy you trust to make the right decision in these moments.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Takes it out to Leonard. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Not afraid to get physical there. Leonard makes the shot in spite of the contact.
Lillard outside. His 3-pointers off the mark. Clippers leading by 6. Leonard on the wing. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's the pass to Zubac. Stolen by McCollum.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Oh, yeah, a little room for error now. We'll see what they run.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Hard to believe Lillard missed out on a couple of All-Star selections. I mean, in seasons where he averaged over 25 points a game.
Lou Williams is checked in for Patrick Beverly.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
George against Ariza. George looking over the floor. And Leonard has it in the corner. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And the reflexes are just key. Kawhi is already anticipating that shot before he even gets the ball.
To the wing on the left. 3-pointer, Lillard. Portland again missing. Up top, Leonard. So the Clippers with the win. Probably a little. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And check out the Mavs. Fashion first, getting off. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. Now Leonard. After Tim Hardaway missed from long range.
Every organization needs team-first guys like Patrick Beverley. That's a terrific pass.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
So explosive with the dunk. Kawhi Leonard gets up quick to slam it down.
Here's Porzingis. That shot misses. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Back to George. Launches a 3. Powell pulls it in. The Mavericks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Leonard with the steal. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Hardaway goes in. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And that one's good. Leonard.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Powell, the pass to Doncic. Back to Powell. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball.
You see, that is just rude. Kawhi picks it, triggers the fast break. See ya.
Not a fast start for the Mavericks. Still without a basket in the game. Porzingis kicks to Hardaway. Finney-Smith passes to Powell. And he banks in the layup.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
To the middle. Out to Porzingis. Outside Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
This has been a beatdown right here, possibly over before it began.
Here's Finney-Smith. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession. And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Stolen by George. It's 2-on-1. Here's Leonard. And he goes right over Dwight Powell and slams it down.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. JaMychal Green comes in for Marcus Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. And Curry subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Kleber, and Kleber slams it in.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And here's Los Angeles. They're on an 18-6 run. Outside Leonard. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
Now, here's Doncic. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Porzingis kicks to Kleba. On the wing, Hardaway. Pass to Porzingis. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Outside Leonard. Drops in the layup for two. Leonard's got 20 points.
A beast on the dribble drive. You see Kawhi right there, undeterred by contact.
So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. The Clippers on top, leading by 14. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
Harrell is out there with Green. Then it's Williams. Then there's Jackson, and it's Shamet in at the three. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And here is Los Angeles now. The Mavericks making the shot. To the inside. Here's Harrell. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Right outside. Back to Cauley Stein. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Brunson against Jackson. Green, and Green is right there.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Kleba, the pass to Brunson. Yep, that one goes in there. Brunson's got his second basket of the night.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Outside Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Inside, here's Green. That shot off the mark. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Cauley Stein, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. So for the Clippers, Morris is checked in for JaMychal Green. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Williams. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Seth Curry.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year. More efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls. And I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Here's Jackson following the score by Dallas. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the dunk by Jackson.
A decisive finish for Reggie Jackson at the rim.
Finney-Smith passes to Powell. That one, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. At one point, they led by 16. The putback, Harrell on the follow.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Cauley Stein kicks to Brunson. Looking for George. He gets it there. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And Harrell, the bucket on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 3 assists now in this one. Down low, Finney-Smith. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Jackson has the open look. No good on the three.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Wright. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
First trip to the line for him here.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Harrell, and Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Jackson. And then for Dallas, Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And it's Wright missing. Clippers leading by 12. Here's George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
You know, no one produces like Paul George does. He elevates your team's abilities in any situation.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Curry's checked in.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Powell, the pass to Doncic. Porzingis kicking it over. Outside Curry. Over George. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. And Morris throws it down.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Doncic finds Powell. And Porzingis, here we go. And the dunk by Powell.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, defensively, your mantra at this point has to be no easy buckets.
And so it's... All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of court.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 20 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. That's all for now.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
And Morris throws it down.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Back to Powell. Pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. This shot by George, wide open. Knocks down the 3 ball. George has got 5 points so far.
He's been doing this a long time. George can hurt you from outside, inside, and everywhere in between.
Here's Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Mavericks trail by 15, and now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Offensive rebound. Green dishes to Harrell. Outside for Jackson. Shoots the three. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Doncic. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Curry. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
There's Jackson with the three. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
Brunson, good.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Shamet kicks to Jackson. Latrey, offensive rebound.
This is Montrezl Harrell, strong offensive rebounder with the skill to make good on the second chance.
Here's Brunson, takes it off the glass. Brunson's got 8 points.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
And there's the pass to Shamet. From deep, Williams. No good that time. Mavericks trail by 13. Brunson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Now, that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is taken.
You're totally right. That can be a shot in the arm for them. A spark that turned things around.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
JaMychal Green, undrafted out of Alabama, played in the D-League and France, but he solidified himself as a quality NBA big man.
DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. To the paint, here's Finney-Smith. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 6.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Fires from deep. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Leonard, he's checked in for Green. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Wright. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Oh, great ball movement there.
59 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Williams looking around. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Porzingis.
Hard to keep up with Lou Williams' quickness. Draws a crazy amount of fouls.
For the Clippers, Marcus Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Hardaway's checked in for the Mavericks. Passes it to Porzingis. And here is Curry. Launches it. Good on the triple. Curry's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Here's Harrell. The 3. And it's Leonard missing. Mavericks trail by 8. Curry wide open. And the 3 off target. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. Leonard the pass to Harrell. Back to Leonard. Puts it up from 15, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Dallas shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. They've got Paul George. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Pass to Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Lets the 3 fly. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Leonard with the ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Porzingis.
Such a crafty score. Nice pump fake by Leonard to draw the foul.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Out to Hardaway. Pass to Porzingis. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. George against Curry. The pass to Leonard. Back to George. Wide open. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down. Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Talented, opportunistic. When Leonard gets hot, it can last for long stretches.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And he knocks down the first one. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Hardaway hits them both. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Outside, George. Outside, Leonard. From downtown. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Hardaway slamming it down.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. Passes it to Beverly. Back to George. Shot clock at 6. Beverly dishes to Morris. Leonard with no one around. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And you know, he just got a little ahead of himself on that one. How does a great finisher not dump that ball? I still can't figure that one out.
And George, here we go. And he goes right over Luka Doncic and slams it down.
Insane move by Paul George, a high flyer who can create in midair.
Finney-Smith passes the Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Doncic dishes to Powell. And Porzingis, here we go.
Big man coming through. Love whenever Porzingis puts his head down and just charges hard towards the basket.
And the dunk by Zubac.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Back to Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Hardaway. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's the first, and that narrows the gap to 7. Hardaway hits them both.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Williams. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Zubac kicks to Leonard. From deep, George. Mavericks with the rebound. Doncic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Powell, that's good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
George looking around. He gets it in there. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Feeds it to Powell. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Just 4 to shoot. To the inside. High. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
No way he is happy with himself right now. He knows he has to knock every shot down at this point in the game.
And here's Leonard. Outside, George. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Outside Hardaway. Dishes to Powell. It's hauled in by the Clippers. 17 points was their biggest margin. Out to Morris. So the Clippers with the win. They didn't make it easy on themselves. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.